Well, I want to welcome everybody to this Saturday training. We're going to go a little in depth on the video marketing concept with this cloud-based app. This cloud-based app is brought to you by Vodcast Hub. And of course, the Max community is here with us as well. So I want to welcome you, whether you're watching this live or you're watching a pre-recording or a recording of it, a replay. So thank you again for joining us. We're going to dig deep into this right now, and I'm going to answer some great questions that have come up during our video challenge that we had with the Max community and so forth, so that you can get the answers that you need. So let's start off and let's talk about the video messaging tool first, because this is probably the most widely used tool within our platform. Of course, the story video is getting very popular with all of our accounts as well as our white label accounts in the marketplace. This is getting a lot of traction, and we'll go over details on that as well. And then, of course, brand videos we'll discuss in detail as well, and different ways that you can produce amazing brand videos with everything that you need. And the video messaging tool kind of can integrate with, I would say, every tool. So the video messaging tool can play back a testimonial, it can play back a branded video, it can play back a story video, and that's about it. But the fact that it can play back a testimonial or a playback of a branded video or a playback of the story video is amazing, and I'm going to show you how we could do that. There's a couple ways to do it, but obviously the most important thing we're going to talk about here is in the concept of making a video, video message. So let me admit some more people here as they're coming in live. So first thing I want you to see, obviously, you notice in the video messaging, you're going to get notification if somebody played. So it's always a good idea, and if you're going to take notes, I would highly suggest it so you remember these things, but I'm going to try to make it very empathetic so you remember it, okay? When you put in a specific name to it, it's a good idea to put their name in it. For example, hey, Anwar, right? Nice to meet you, Scott. Nice to meet you, Scott, right? I'll go to a couple of more of mine. Sometimes you send a generic one. Nice to meet you, Mark. Nice to meet you, Keith. That way you know, when you go back into your account, you know where the message came from, and you can follow, hey, what does Mike say? Follow up, follow up, follow up, right? We used to say the money's in the follow up, right? So, if you want to see if they played it, there you go. Now maybe you can send them a text message. Hey, did you watch my video, or have you had a chance to book time? Following up is key. It's where the money is, and if you're a solopreneur or entrepreneur, that's where the money is in your follow-up. People do appreciate you following up, I promise you. So, it's a good idea. Again, I'll repeat that. If you're sending an individual video message to somebody, to put their name in it so you can go back and track it. If you're sending a generic one, then, of course, you want to possibly put in something specific for you so that you could go back and look at it. Does that make sense? So that's the real simple thing to do. So, for example, if I'm going to send Jeanette a message, right, I'm going to put her name in here. Of course, I see her every day. She's my wife. But there you go, right? So I'm going to put something specific in there, right? And, of course, don't forget, you could always put in your call to action. Some things you could put call to action on, obviously, is a replay of a webinar, maybe a test, maybe maybe you're requesting them to leave you a video testimonial. Maybe you haven't thought about that, right? So you could send somebody a specific message. So this opens up in a separate window. This is your video capture link. Again, that's right here. This is the video capture link. You could remember, you could always showcase 3 here. So you just copy this link, and I'm going to ask her, would you leave me a video testimonial? Now, in the video message, I want to point to this because you have limited text in this. You got 19 characters. So I could probably say leave, testimonial, record a testimonial. I'll keep it that sweet, right? And if you don't put your phone number in there, it won't show up. If you put your phone number in there, it will show up. You don't need any spaces in it. Okay? And I can capture the video asking Jeanette to send me a video, to record me a video testimonial. Right? So this is the video, to recap here. This is the video message app that's one of the 5 that are in here. It is our most used video tool in the video toolkit. We're talking about video messaging. Now, the video messaging, for example, let's say I capture it. So let's go ahead and capture a quick one. And I'll just say hello real quick. So obviously, you all know this. Gives you a countdown. So I'm going to say, good morning, Jeanette. Hope you're having a great morning. Sorry I left you so early this morning for video training. Let's have lunch together, all right? Also, would you please leave me a video testimonial here? And you could talk about, what Vodcast Hub means to you and your business and how it is helping you personally. So I stop it, and then I can submit it. So depending on how long the video is the time it takes to render it. We're on Zoom now, so it's rendering it pretty fast, as you can see. So once the video is saved, it takes about maybe a minute or less than a minute to produce what we're looking for, which is a URL where we could share that, or a URL and thumbnail where we can email that. So again, what I put in here is I'm sending her a request, a video message. I'm requesting her to leave me a video testimonial. So remember, everybody has up here this video capture link right up here. This is a public link. People do not need to log into your account to get access to this link that I'm hovering over. This one right here. See it? Okay. That link will open up to this. This is a public domain. Of course, if you have a white label, we happen to have 2 white labels on the call this morning. So if you're a white label, this will be your logo, obviously. This will be your domain, whatever you choose it to be, app or video.yourdomainname.com. So basically, you just copy that, and you can see that's the action link I put here. So it's done now. So let's preview it. There's a preview button up here. Let me tell you this. This preview button is not a public URL. So don't copy this to send to somebody or put it on your blog or do anything out. The only public URL is this one right here, the URL that we copy. That's what you could send somebody in a message on LinkedIn. You could send them a message on a text message. You could send them a message on Facebook Messenger. You could send them a message on Skype or Telegram or WhatsApp. Just about any type of texting platform that's an HTML format. So again, text messaging or direct message on social media like LinkedIn. That's where you copy the URL. If I want to embed this message in my email, whether I'm just sending Jeanette a specific email, I just copy the URL and thumbnail, and I could paste that right into an email, and it'll create a 3-second GIF for the first 3 seconds of the actual email. So, or the message. They're going to see me moving my hands. Of course, I use things like, I don't know if you can see this happy face here. I got my video on. You can make yourself one like this with your brand on it, right? They're really easy to make. All you got to get is a stick at Michael's. Get your assistant or your wife or somebody to make one for you. And it can say, whatever you want to on here. It could have your logo on here as you're shaking your hand for the first 3 seconds. That's the powerful part of the video message. Now, let's preview it so you can see this link here in action. Remember, this could be any URL. For example, there is another public link up here at the top, which is a brand video capture link. This one is a longer, like a 90-second video. This link is public also. I could copy this link and send it to perhaps one of my affiliates or one of my franchises or somebody in my sales department or somebody that works at my company. I want them to record a story video, so I could include that as a call to action. I will say you could change the call to action. You could change the subject even after the video is produced in the platform itself. So now that it's ready, if I change something here, it's going to be live. All I got to do is save it. So if I want to change this, for example, to the branded video link, which is public, I just simply copy that. I go here and I paste it there. Now that is a public link where they could leave their story or they could talk their 90-second elevator pitch. I just save it. Boom. Now I copy that URL and I could text it right to somebody. So I'll just copy it, right? I'm going to open up Skype because that's a platform. If I do this, you can see there it is. There's the animated GIF. See? So what happens when they click that? They're going to go to a page. So let's open up this page separately. They're going to go, your logo will be here. This will be your domain if you have a white label. And you see the animated GIF is rocking and rolling. Now I had record a testimonial here. You could change that, obviously, in this area to record a 90-second, 90-second elevator pitch, whatever you want to. You can make a reference of it in your video. So they are here. So if they click on this, they're going to go to a place where they could record a brand video. It's a public place. They don't have to log into your account. They can give their 90-second elevator pitch. Or I'm thinking we have Greg on the line or Scott on the line. You have people that are part of your community and your leadership or your board of advisors or your top people that you want people to get to know who they are. So what would you do? I would send them a 90-second pitch so let them tell people who they are. My name is, this is what I do with the company. It's my pleasure to be working with all of our affiliates or with all of our franchisees or with all of our salespeople, whatever the case may be. I'm from Houston or I'm from Boston or I'm from Nashville. I was born and raised here. And this is my passion to really support. And they could talk about their role and why they love it, right? So, that's the beautiful thing about these. So again, we're talking about video messaging here entirely. So this is the video message I sent to Jeanette. This URL could be anything. If I want to send them a link to give me a Google review, a 5-star review, I could do that. Any URL, anything. You want to send somebody a reminder that their payment failed. Send them a nice video message and send them the link to pay. Any URL can be utilized. Maybe you launched a new podcast. Mike is on the call. He does a lot of podcasts, right? You send them a link to your updated podcast or a link where they can subscribe to your podcasts so they get notifications every time they get it. So again, the great thing about video messaging has a lot of applications that you should be utilizing. My belief is every salesperson, which at every stage of the business, everybody from the CEO to a secretary or a janitor, everybody sells. You're selling something, right? You're selling yourself, the quality of your work, you're selling. So this should be utilized for anything that you're doing in the sales process. And this is, again, our most used tool. So you can obviously preview it up here. If you want to see it before you copy any of these, you could click preview so you can see what it's going to look like. You could I would test the link here to make sure it works before you send it. This reply back is email. This callback is phone number. Remember, if you don't put your phone number, it's only going to include this one and this one. The reply back with the email, and that's the email, that's the root email set up with the account, or the URL that you have here. So that is video messaging. Let's talk a little bit deeper about video messaging. But before I do that, let me unmute everybody to see if anybody has any questions about what I've covered so far in the video messaging. So let's unmute everybody. Let's see here. How can we? If you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat, and I can answer it if you don't mind. I'll ask you all to unmute, if you would, please. If anybody has any question regarding what I've covered so far, please go ahead and come forward and ask your question. And then we'll get back into more advanced stuff on video messaging. So, any questions regarding that? Mike?
No, actually, I'm good. My only question is about uh, the size of the video to make it longer. Is there a way to, downgrade the compression or something, or
Yes, there. I'm going to show you that next.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Thank you.
So the video message, I will tell you this, the video messaging tool can be used to send a file that is up to 200 megabytes. I have 30-minute webinars that I've uploaded to the video messaging platform so that I can embed it into an email, or so I can send that text message to somebody so they could get an overview. So
Right.
obviously there's a lot of different parts of that you could use that to do onboarding.
Yeah.
You could use it for sales training. You could use it for complicated product explanation. You could use it for, a new feature like you have a new podcast that came out.
Following up to connect
Following
deeper,
up,
really,
whatever
on
you
an
want.
ongoing
It's got
basis.
unlimited possibilities. Just the
Yep.
video messaging tool itself allows people to communicate and to be authentic. I mean, you get to see their face, right? I mean, there's no better way to follow up with somebody with a video message. Everybody gets normal text messages, or everybody gets normal emails. People get an average of 200 emails in their inbox in the morning. You want to cut through that, create a video message that captures their attention, and send them that. Send it to them. The best time to send it is obviously after 10 a.m., but or even after lunch. That's the best time to send it because they've gone through all their inbox. I watch Jeanette every morning get rid of all her emails and junk emails. I'm sure some of you do the same thing in the first thing in the morning, right? So the best time to send that email, if you're going to send it, is to send it in the afternoon after lunch when they come back. They're excited they got an email, but not only did they just get an email, they got a video email with an animated GIF that's capturing their attention. They get to see your face. They say, oh, I remember him. Oh, yeah, that's Scott. Oh, yeah, that's Mike. Oh, yeah, that's Greg. I'm going to watch it, right? Almost 100% of the time they're going to watch it because it seems like it's something important because it's coming from somebody that is working with you or somebody that you met yesterday or your boss, right? Your jefe, or your upline or whoever it may be, right? Or somebody in your network or one of your customers sees it and they see you. They think this may be an important update. I'll go ahead and watch it, right? So that's the beautiful thing about that. So let's talk about this concept of video messaging a little bit deeper, all right? If you guys are getting value out of this, and some of you that are using the platform right now or just started using it, just put a 1 in the chat. Let me know. Give me some feedback if this is giving you some insights on how you can utilize this toolkit to more advanced, if you would, please. Just put a 1 in the chat. Let me know you're enjoying this. So the second part we're going to talk about is the uploading of video that's a little bit larger, like Mike had asked about. So let's go ahead and share my screen here again. We'll go back to the video messaging. We'll go back to home. We're going to create a new video message here. A new video message. So let's talk about, let's see here, new sales training for you. Okay. So the URL again, any URL you want. I'm just going to put my Calendly link, or I'll put my my book of time for my onboarding. Okay, whatever URL you want. A call to action. Let's just say book time with me. You could remember we've already covered customizing that. Remember, just to reiterate, if you don't put your phone number, it won't show. If you do, if you don't want people to call you, don't put it on there. Okay. If you want them to be able to call you, put it on there, or put somebody else's phone number on there. Maybe your assistant is what I'm saying, right? Somebody that could answer the phone, call you if you don't want to get a lot of phone calls. So you see here, you got capture video. You also have upload video. So Mike, this is where you could upload a video. So let's just take let's upload a video. Let's choose the file. I got a lot of videos on my computer, so let's just pick one that's fairly large. Let's see here. Let's do. Let's see. This one. Yeah, let's do this one here. Okay. So this is a video. I don't know how big it is. It's fairly large. It's a pretty large file. Again, up to 200 megabytes. See, oh, here's one. This one is 30 minutes. How many? 13 minutes long. This one. Okay. This was a webinar I did for our agency. So let's open that. It's 13 minutes long. It's probably about, I don't know, 118, 120 megabytes. Okay.
Okay. I guess my question, Ed, is this. I had a 20-minute, let's see, might have been 25-minute video, and it was over 200 megabytes. So the question is there a way to, say, take a 30-minute video and reduce it to less than 200 megabytes? So it's actually,
yes, there is. You just gotta Google it. There's ways to, you Google that. You can Google how to, reduce the size of my video, and there's all kinds of free tools out there. Mike, you and I could talk offline, and I could point you in the right direction if you need some help with that. But
that'd be great. Thank you.
And typically, if you record a Zoom, like for example, this recording here today, since we're recording this to replay it, should be under 200 megabytes. As long as you don't have as long as it's not developed in some Final Cut Pro and it's 1 gig or 500 megabytes, you should be fine.
Okay, got it.
Zoom recordings should be fine. Like this one was a 13-minute, 13-minute webinar, and it's loaded, right? So obviously it's in the process of producing it. So I'm going to change this to, it is new sales training. And then they can book time with me. Let's change that to just my generic one, because I can send this to some of my salespeople for training. So let's just remove that. Let's change this to a generic, my calendar link. Book time with me. I'll put my phone number in here. You don't need dashes. All right. So then I just hit save. All right, so it saves it. So it's almost done, as you can see. 60. It's a little bit longer. So it takes a little bit longer to generate those links that we're looking for, so that we could send a text message to somebody or post it in LinkedIn messaging or Facebook messaging or Skype messaging or Instagram or WhatsApp messaging, or before we copy the thumbnail and the URL so that we could send it into a mass email. So again, to reiterate, while that's making its action there, we're talking about video messaging here, right? Video messaging, obviously, if you collect a video testimonial, or if you create a branded video, or somebody produces a story video for you, you could take it and download it and upload it to a video message, so that you could send it as a message or an email, embed it right into the email. There's a lot of things you could do with creating a video message. So this one should be done now. So let's look at my videos. Let's go to my video messages. And there you go, sales training for you. Okay, so it's done. It has my intro logo already in there that I have just to capture their attention. Again, copy URL, copy URL and thumbnail. If I copy the URL and thumbnail, that's for regular email, or adding it to an email provider, or even adding it to an email template in your CRM. If you didn't catch that, I'll say that again. You can copy the URL and thumbnail, create a template in your email CRM, and then this will showcase in there as well. Copying the URL is great for messaging. You could use it in SMS templates on CRMs. You could use it on, again, text messaging, Facebook messaging, LinkedIn messaging. It's a great way to capture somebody's attention. Remember what I talked about at the beginning. If you're sending an individual message to somebody, in order for you to track that, whoever does it, maybe not you, maybe somebody else, you could always, and I would suggest putting their name in there. Like if you're following up with somebody specific that came to your networking event, let's say, okay? A new person came to the Max community, or a new person came, Scott, to your networking group. Hey, great. So I'm sending a message, but I want to put their name in here so I can see if they watched it or not, right? That way your follow up can be effective. Now you could, if they don't watch it in a day or so, a couple of days have passed, maybe you send them a message or call them or follow up. Remember, the money's in the follow up, following up on them, getting feedback from them. What do they think about your event? What do they think about the networking? What do they think about you know your meeting that you had? Getting feedback from them, critical, critical, critical. So we spent a lot of time on this concept of video messaging because it's such a big tool within our platform. Definitely a little bit more advanced type of training. You could also just upload a video here straight. Now that's going to go to branded video automatically, but you could do it with any of these platforms. So for example, if I want to create a video message, that's great. If I want to create a branded video, I could upload there as well. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is there are two sections of links here, so you're not confused. You have the video capture link here, and you have a customer testimonial video request here. Now, if I do this, I could send somebody an email requesting a video testimonial. This is probably only good at the moment. For example, I'm on a Zoom meeting with somebody. They say something nice about us. I may ask them, hey, do you mind putting that on video? I can send you the link right now. I'll email it to you. And then I email it to them. I said, then I'll ask them, did you get the link? Yes, I got it. Okay, great. Do it when you're comfortable, somewhere quiet and so forth. I really appreciate it. Right? Sending somebody a cold message like this, not necessarily good. If you could also just send them the capture link. This is just a public where they could just go right to the link, right, and record a video review for you. So there's a couple ways to do that. So those are important to understand in the platform. The same thing with the brand video. This is an internal brand video when you're logged in. This link here, the icon. This one up here is a public domain. You can send it to anybody. So let's move to sub stories. Let's move to story videos. So story videos, keep in mind, story videos are fantastic. And I'm just going to explain this. Those of you that don't know, this is where you could ask 3 questions or you could make 3 statements, have people respond, right? You could pre-choose your music that you want. I just like choosing random, or if there's a specific type of music you like for your brand, they're all soft, royalty-free music. You could pre-listen to them if you want to, right? So you can listen to them. This is only for you to preview music, right? They're all pretty soft. Now let's talk about the custom video opener and the call to action. So I normally don't use a call to action. You can. I'll explain why in a minute. But the custom video opener is where your standard video is going to be played in the beginning. Now you could customize that for your brand. It could be 2 seconds, 3 seconds, up to 10 seconds. I don't recommend over 4 seconds. It's got to be quick and fast, right? Because people want to get to the video. We're making a few that are 2 seconds for some of our clients because they wanted to get right to the video, right? So if I want to include a call to action, the call to action is just simply a graphic that's on the back of the video. That's it. I don't like putting this information in here. I like to upload my own custom graphic. So for example, it's got to be 1280 by 720. All right, no GIFs, just PNG files, and you could upload it. So it's simple. You just go to your computer, choose the file that you want, whatever it may be. Let's just pick one here, and there it is. It's one of our clients. Okay, so that's going to be at the back of the video. You just customize this. All right, and then you just hit, send now. If you put in their email address, who are you sending that to, right? So craft the questions appropriately. When they get the request, they're going to be prompted with the questions before they record each section. Okay, what is this good for? I'm going to take myself off of screen share, talk about story videos. Phase two, which should be happening here very shortly, we're going to go to 6 questions, which is great. So somebody asked, could we have a link on the website for testimonials 24/7? Yep, you sure can. Absolutely. You just put it behind a button. Yep.
And is there any built-in trimmer for videos once you load them up?
Uh, no, there's not. No.
Okay, just
Yeah.
curious because you
Yeah.
can just do it before you upload them. But
Yeah. If you're producing your own videos somewhere, um, there's a lot of different ways to do it.
sure,
Um, um, yeah, iMovie. Heck, I've even edited videos in Canva. So I mean,
yeah.
there's all kinds of stuff you could do. Um, so yeah, it's a great question, Scott. Yes, you could leave a link there for somebody to give you a testimonial anytime you want. Absolutely, and I encourage that. That's great, especially if they're very interactive with your community. That's very very important to have. And then of course, story videos. Let's go back to this, and then we'll wrap it up. I'll open it up for questions. Why are story videos so important? Well, you have people in your organization. You have people in your upline. You have people in your community. You have people that you've interviewed, Mike. You have people that you are responsible for. Let's just put it that way. And you want to help them and train them. So, wouldn't it be great to showcase your people that you've interviewed before they listen to a long podcast that's 30 minutes long, before they listen to a webinar or a masterclass that's 25 minutes long? Short videos are highly on the trend. If you haven't noticed, Google has launched a short video section in their YouTube channel platform to compete against TikTok. You could even produce your own videos just like you do on TikTok with Google short videos. Who do you think's going to win? I mean, Google and YouTube are pretty big, right? So there are people producing videos just like on TikTok with Google short videos now. So if you didn't know
And
that,
are you better off taking a 30-minute podcast and breaking it down into 4 10-minute
no, no,
segments?
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying,
Okay.
yeah, you could do that, but what I'm saying is, story videos can be done to promote your longer ones, right? Where somebody can
Okay.
get to know the person that you're
Okay.
going to
That
talk
makes
long
sense.
with, right, on a podcast. Does that make sense? For
Yeah.
example, I'll give you an example. I have a church group that is going to be using our platform, so they're going to launch a podcast. It'll probably be 35, 45 minutes long, right?
Right.
Well, to get somebody engaged in that, you're going to have to do a little bit of marketing, right? To get people engaged and want to go to that. So what we're doing is we're launching a program where the whole community, the church community worldwide, and I got several people that are going to be recording these short videos. I'm sending them a 90-second brand video link, which is public, remember? And they could record. They're gonna record the scripture of the day. They're going to talk about the scripture and what it means to them. These are going to be short videos, 30, 45, 90 seconds long, and then we're going to have that into a drip system, which they're going to be getting. They're going to be getting the Max Pro CRM, so they can set up 365 scriptures in an auto flow. People can subscribe to it, and they get a scripture of the day with what it means to them from a tapestry of people that are different. For example, Kate can reach people that I can't reach. Mike, you could reach people that I can't reach. Scott, you can reach people that I can't reach because we have our own influence and who we are and our personalities. Greg, same thing with you. We all have unique backgrounds. So that's why we're doing this with our church group, because you're going to have videos from grandmas, you're going to have videos from ladies, from men, from younger kids in the millennial ages. It's going to help promote the podcast. So at the end of every little short video that we have, that we're going to promote the podcast. So, for example, that's what short videos are good for. If you have a long interview with a franchisee or a licensee or a white label, and you talk about them in a deep discussion, maybe it's 10, 15 minutes. Having a short story video of them to precursor that is even better, because now they could at least say, you know what, I'm interested in that person. I think I like what they do, right? I'm interested. So you whet their appetite a little bit, and then they can go dig deeper and watch the podcast or watch the interview. And certainly you could break the podcast down into chapters where they could watch it in different pieces. That's fine too. But if once they got to the podcast, they're probably going to listen to it after they've watched a few short videos of who that person is. Maybe they watched their elevator pitch. Maybe they watched their story video with 3 or 4 or 5, 6 questions that you asked them. Now they want to dig deeper and they really want to get to know that person. Now maybe they'll get into the 10 and 15-minute one, right? People get to know them at their own pace, right? I used to say this, and I'll end with this. People don't really care what you think when you're in sales. They're going to do their own homework, right? You can tell them everything, but they don't really care what you think. They want to see what kind of systems you have. They want to see what kind of platform you have. They're going to do their own diligence on you, period. That's just a great tip for anything in sales. It's up to you to present it well, right? To present it well. If you can present it well, then hey, you can knock it out of the park. So that's why we do short videos for a lot of our clients, to get people engaged so they can come to the webinar or come to a podcast or come to a vodcast. So that's the great thing about that. So I'm going to end this and ask any questions. Anybody could raise their hand. Scott, great to see you, buddy. Good Saturday morning to you, man.
Hey, it's the first Saturday I've ever worked in 7 years. So you did a good job getting me here.
All right, awesome. If you guys don't, I introduced to you Scott. He is the franchisor for Network in Action. He's one of the fastest growing franchises in the nation. He's got 70 plus franchises now and growing.
116
franchises, right? So all across the nation. So that's fantastic.
I do have a quick question. I hope I'm not putting you on the spot. Do you have an affinity program? You know, if we bring you 5, 10, 20, 30 other customers, is there a revenue share? Like,
oh yeah, Scott, you're all set up for that. I'll talk to you later about that. Yeah, it's all your revenue, so we'll talk about that later. So you're set up. You're going to
send. I'm with my 92-year-old mom, so I wasn't able to hear everything. You're going to send us the recording of this?
Yes, I'm going to record it.
Awesome.
Yes, it is being recorded. I'll be able to send it, and you and I could talk about a custom one with your tech guy to do a training.
Oh, I think this will be great, Ed. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't want to dominate your time. Thank you.
No. Thank you, sir. Enjoy your time with your family. All right.
I look forward to meeting the rest of you guys at some point.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Greg, any questions? Kate, Jeanette, Linda?
Thank you, Ed.
No, you're welcome. Do you understand, Kate? This is your first time you've probably been exposed to the Vodcast back office system. I don't know if you've seen it before.
No, this is my first time.
I'm curious what your feedback is. What do you think?
I think there's somebody who's technologically adept and learns easy. It's fine. For somebody like me, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, that's okay. That's why we do these training. That's no problem. I will tell you this to simplify it. To record a video, if you could click record, if you could click submit, and if you could click preview, publish, if you can click those 3 buttons, you could produce a video. Scott didn't know what he was doing, and he clicked it, and he went through it. He was surprised how easy it was.
Kate, I own a technology company, and I can't do anything but email. And as soon as I was able to do it myself in the trial, I bought it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So it's
Kate, we're going to be providing ongoing coaching in the Max community. So
yes,
that's just an ongoing part of it. We're going to bring people along from where they are to where they want to be with the program.
Yep. Now, we also have a 7-day playbook. Greg, if you can come on, if you can't, that's fine. Mike and I could handle this. We're going to be launching with the Max community. And of course, we could talk about this too, Scott. We do what's called with the Max community. We do a 14-day video challenge, and I have a 7-day playbook that walks people through how to create a brand video, how to do a story video, how to request a testimonial video, the 7-day playbook, and then we're going to observe their videos. At the end of the contest, they're going to win some type of prize, that we got to come up with again here, Greg and Mike, that whoever we think did the best in terms of collection of videos. So to me, that I think we should launch that next Saturday. We could do some pre-marketing for it to get people to launch it.
You know what the key for us is going to be creating the most compelling invitations videos to invite people to come to the Max community. So, and then I think I think Greg has some templates, and I certainly can write some that I've found that work very well. So I think that's going to be the key. And then we could actually do a contest of the results from the emailing, so that the winner gets some special, thing of some sort. But we can figure that out.
All right, Lynn, let's talk about that offline and what we want to do.
Yeah.
Again, I want to thank everybody for joining. Enjoy your Saturday. I promise I would keep this short, but thank you very much. And you guys have a blessed day. God bless everybody.
Thanks, Ed. Great job.
Enjoy your day. All right. Thank you, Scott. Great to see you.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you, Scott. Hey, Jeanette, can you come on camera so people can see you and say hi? Nobody's met my wife's here, so.
I'm here.
Okay. All right. Well, I see. I can't see you. There she is. All right. Very good. So this is Jeanette. She is my bride, and I love her.
Hey,
dearly, so,
Jeanette. Welcome.
Hi.
yeah. So awesome.
Yeah, I'll kick this coverage, Jeanette.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And she speaks fluent Spanish and
Yes.
as well. And so if you guys ever need any translations, you just talk to her. She does a lot of translations in Spanish.
Yeah.
So awesome. Thanks, guys. You guys have a great day.
Thank you, Ed.
God bless.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeanette.